So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a fidget ring. So a fidget ring just like this. So you have three components for this. You have your outside piece, you have your inside piece, and then you have the piece that goes around. And when it's assembled, it looks like this. Now you're going to be 3D printing it as three separate components, but I've assembled it anyway, like this, just to see if it all fits together before 3D printing it. So the way we make this is, if I'm on a fresh page, new design. So if I'm on a fresh page like this, and then I can go create sketch and start making what I want to make. So just like we did for the dice, we need to go create sketch. So create sketch up here. We need to click on the bottom plane. So we'll do it on the bottom plane. It will make things a lot easier. And we want to create a circle that is about 25 millimeters. Not about, that is 25. So I'm going to make it 25. Now, of course, your finger's going to be a different size. However, we can change the sizes in the slicer software before we 3D print. So you can just do it exactly as I do, and then you can scale it down to make it the size you want to make it. So I've got a circle here that's 25 millimeters. I can now go finish sketch, and I can then extrude it up to how big I want to extrude it. So I'm now going to click on extrude right here. So this extrude right here, and I'm going to make it 1.5 millimeters. 1.5, just like this. So you notice in this one that I have this outside piece right here. So I don't have, so there's something for the spinning piece to sit onto. So the spinning piece just doesn't slide off. So what I need to do next is I need to create the inside circles so I can extrude it up. So what I'm creating next is this part. So how I do this is I need to go back here and I need to go create sketch, and I want to do it on the top surface right here. So I'm going to click on this top, and it's going to bring me to here like this. Now what I want to do is go back to the circle, and I want to make this 23, just like that. So I've got an inside circle that is 23 millimeters. I want to grab another one, and I want to make this 121. So now I have two circles. This one's 23 and this one is 21, and that's on top of my little piece right here. Now what I want to do is go finish sketch. I then want to go extrude, and I want to click on this center one right here. So this center one right here, I want to click on that, and I want to raise it up by 7 millimeters. So 7 millimeters, awesome, enter. And what I've got now is this piece right here. So now what I want to do is I want to make the inside part here. So when I look at my other one, I've got an inside component. I've got an inside component right here. So this is for the one that goes around. This is the big one. This is the one on the outside. So I've got one that goes outside and one that goes inside. I'm doing the outside one at the moment. So if I go back here and go to new sketch, create sketch, and click on this bottom right here. So I'm clicking on the bottom right here. So if I go back to the circle and I make this 19 and press enter, this is what I have. And go finish sketch. So I've got a 19 millimeter circle that's inside. Finish sketch. I then want to extrude cut this. So click on that, click on it down, and then extrude cut it. So I've got this component right here. That's that, yeah. So that's what this one is. These are the exact same components. Both of these are the exact same. However, I have got a fillet on these ones as well. So I might show you how to do that quickly. So now if I want to add a fillet to these ends right here. So if I go fillet, this one right here, click on this outside part, and click on this outside part, and maybe do a 2 millimeter fillet. No, not a 2 millimeter, that's too much. Maybe do a 1. So a 1 millimeter fillet. Yep, that's good. I'm happy with that. Awesome. So what you need to do is now save it. So if you go save, and save it as fidget ring piece So go to save, find your digital technologies folder, and make sure you have a folder for your dice piece project. So not dice piece, what am I saying? For your fidget ring project. So make sure you have a folder for your fidget ring and save everything into that folder. So I've got my Digital Tech 2024 folder, and then inside that folder I've got a fidget ring project folder. So you need to create a new folder and you want to save it in there. Save it as fidget ring outside piece. I'll now show you how to create the other piece. Now this piece is very similar to the other one. However, I need to make this bit inside here so it will slide inside the other piece. So new design. So you can go new design, create sketch. Want to do it on the bottom again. And then I can go back to my circle tool and create another circle that is 25 millimeters. So the exact same, I want 25 again. And then I'm happy with that. So I'll click finish sketch. So a circle that's 25 millimeters, and then I can go extrude and do 1.5 just like the other one. So pretty much I've just done the exact same I did for the other one, but I'm going to make that wider inside. So what I can do now is I can go to create sketch, click on the bottom, and what I want to do is get my circle again, click inside here, make sure it's centered, and now I want to make it 20.95. Do 20.95 because I know that works well, so that will slide into my other component pretty nicely. It's not going to be too tight and it's not going to be too loose. If I did 21, it will make it the exact same size as the other one and it'll be too tight. You'll have to really squeeze in it. But 20.95 I know works well. So if I go back to my circle tool, so go back to this sketch right here and go back to my circle tool and make it 18.95. So make it 2 millimeters thick. So that's 2 millimeters thick right there, and go finish sketch. I can now go to extrude and click on that center one and make it 7 millimeters just like the last one. So and now I have got this component right here, and I need to get rid of the bit at the end. I need to get rid of this base right here, so I can just go extrude, click on it, and then just drag this down and extrude cut it. And that is that part done. So what we need to do now is save this. So click on save again and save it as a fidget ring inside piece. So find your digital technologies folder, find your fidget ring folder and save it in there as inside piece. So fidget ring inside piece like this, press save. So now we've created these two pieces right here. We created this piece and we created this piece. And now what we want to do is create the outside piece right here. Now this isn't too hard to do. All we have to do is create a circle, and then I'll show you how to do it anyway. So if I go new design, go create sketch, click on the bottom plane, and then go to the circle tool right here. So the circle tool again, I'm going to make it, what was it? It was 25. I'm going to make it 27. Actually, that might be a bit too big. I'm going to go 26.9. I know 26.9 works well for it. It's not too big. It's not going to fall off, and it's going to nicely spin around. So I'm going to make it 26 because I believe that's what I did for this one. Yep, 26.9. Okay, 26.9. Finish sketch, and now I want to extrude this up. So I want to go to extrude and make it 6 millimeters. So I just pressed on extrude right here, and then put in the number 6 millimeters, just like this. So now I've got this part right here. What I'm now going to do is use a tool that we haven't used before. This is the hole tool. So if I go shell, so we've got these tools up here. This is called shell. If I click on this and click on the top, I can put in the number 1.5 millimeters, and that's going to give me a 1.5 millimeter hole inside of it. And now I can go to extrude, and I can go extrude like this, click on that, and then just drag it down and then cut it like this. So I just created a nice little hole in it and then cut the inside out. So I went to shell, I clicked on the top, I wrote in 1.5 millimeters, and then I extruded that base part down to extrude cut it. And this is what I got here. So what we want to do now is our fillets. So what we can do, so we can fillet the edges right here. So I'm going to go to fillet. So this top one right here, it says fillet. I'm going to click on the outside and I'm going to make this about, I'm going to make it 0.5. You can make it maybe a bit bigger if you want to, 0.7. About there, that would be good. And now what I want to do is go back to fillet and do the inside lines now. And I'll do 0.5. Or we could go 0.7 would work actually. So now they're both 0.7 and I've got a nice little fillet on the ends of my ring right here. So what I can do now is write the text. So what I want to do now is the text. So if I go to construct and tangent plane, so I can't just click on create sketch and then click on where I want to click, I need to do a tangent plane. So I'll show you what I need to do. So I need to go to construct and then tangent plane. So this one right here, construct and then tangent plane, and then click on the front right here. Right here, and then go OK. So I've just clicked on the front, clicked OK, and now I can go to create sketch and I can click on that tangent plane right here. So go create sketch, this plane right here, and now I can start drawing on this plane. And if I go to the rectangle, place it about there, tab 4.5 I think, or maybe 4.7, whatever it is, 4.6, okay, 4.6, and then that needs the circumference of the ring. The circumference I think is about 84.5. So I've got a nice rectangle right here, which is meant to be about the circumference of the ring, and I can now go text. So I can go to create and then text right here. So what I just did was I went to create and then text, and now I can click right here and I can drag that out and drag that out to here. So now what I can do is I can write in my text whatever I want to write on my ring. So if I write Mr. Osborne, just do that. I can now change my font. I can make it whatever font I want to make it. Maybe I want to make it this font, maybe I want to make it this font, whatever font I want to do. Something that's nice that will actually stick out on the ring. So maybe if I want to do 4mm, maybe I want to make it bold. Maybe I want to make this a slightly smaller. Maybe I want to go 3.7. And I can also go alignment, I can go center, and then I can put it in the center. So it's going to be directly in the center, okay. And what I can do now is finish sketch. So once I'm happy with my writing, I can go finish sketch, and I can go to create. So this is what I've got now. It's not on the ring yet, I need to put it on the ring now. So I need to go create, and then emboss. So this one right here, emboss. So I've clicked on that. I want to first click on my text, and then I want to go to faces, and I want to select on the faces and click on the ring. Now this text is apparently too big, so what I need to do is go back into it. I need to go back into it and go edit sketch, and I need to make my text a little bit smaller. So if I go 0.5, go finish, go back to emboss and try it again. And now I've got my text on the ring. So what I've got now is the text on the ring. However, it's sticking out way too much, so I need to just adjust that to how much I want to adjust that to. So if I click on this depth right here and make it about 0.7 perhaps, it's going to stick out by 0.7mm, or maybe 0.5, or however thick you want your text to be. Of course, don't make it something stupid, make it something below 0. Probably below 1, make it at least below 1, because I think even 1 is pretty big actually. Yeah, something below 1, so 0.7 perhaps. Now you can also make it inside, you don't have to make it outside, you can make it inside. So if I go this one right here, it's going to cut it inside. So it's up to you if you want to do it outside or you want to do it inside. It's up to you what you want to write on your ring. It's up to you if you want to do that. It's up to you how deep you want it to be or how thick you want it to be. So if I go 0.7 like this, so once I'm happy with it and I click on OK, it's going to look like this. And I've just got that nice little writing on the outside now. And it just says Mr. Osborne is the best. And you can play around with this. You can make it, you can see how big you can get the text. You can try to make it a little bit bigger. Although if it comes up with the error message, you made the text too big and it won't fit. So you just have to play around with it until you get it right. You can make it say whatever you want it to say. It doesn't have to say that. You can say whatever. And now what you can do is you can actually assemble them. If you want to assemble them together, you can. And make sure that all the pieces fit together. So if I go to New Design, and if I click on this right here, and I can find where they're all saved. So perhaps I want to get my outside piece. If I want to drag my outside piece into here, I can. I can now put that where I want to put it and press OK. I can now drag in my inside piece. So now my inside piece is here, however I need to put it in position. So if I can use these lines right here to drag it where I want to drag it. So I want to turn it around like this to 180. I want to turn it around 180 degrees. Good. And now what I want to do is I want to put it roughly in the position that would need to go into. So now I can drag it roughly in the position. And when it's roughly in the right position, I can click OK. So click OK. And now what I can go to is join. So press on join. And I can press on this inside line here. So this inside line and then this inside line here. And I can line it up just like that. And you can see how well it would fit together. It looks like it would fit together pretty well. I can now maybe slide this in here like this. And you can see that will join up like that when we actually put it together in real life. Now we can see how well the spinning part will fit around. So if we go to Fidget Ring Spin Piece and click that in here and put it roughly where it needs to go. So we can try and just play around with it until we get the right spot. So that looks like the right spot to me. And now we can have a look at it to see how nicely that will fit inside there. So I think that looks pretty good. I think that will fit nicely. And that's what it looks like when it's done. So this is what it will look like once it's together. Awesome. So once you have all your pieces, you need to save them as an STL file. So I've got them all saved, but I also need to now go to export. And I want to go call it what I want to call it. So you want to save all these pieces, not your assembled one. You want to save all these ones. And you want to go to export and save them as an STL file. So you go to save, you go to export, you'll call it what you want to call it and go STL. And then you'll put it where you want to put it. So find the location you want to save it into, and then you'll have all of them as an STL file, and this is how you 3D print your components.